Intermittent fasting. So, what is the big deal? It's the new buzzword. It seems like all of us know someone who've had incredible results with it. And then all of us know someone who said they tried it, or maybe that is you. You feel you've tried it, but it didn't work for you. So, why may that be? So, with intermittent fasting, there's a couple of nuances that you have to adhere to in order to achieve success. And those people who had incredible results, either knowingly or unknowingly, got those few nuances right. So let's first of all, for those of you who are completely lost, talk about what intermittent fasting is. So it's a process by which you compress your eating window. So all you do is you take the time of the day that you eat and you just compress it into a shorter window. And then you're going to have a window which we'll call your fasting window, where you're not going to eat. So there's a lot of healing benefits in following this protocol. Your cells get time to rejuvenate. There's healing that takes place. It's a boost for your immune system. And when it comes to metabolism, there's a huge benefit for the metabolism as well. So let me first explain to you about our sugar burner and our fat burner system. So this I learned from Dr. Mindy Pels. So she explains it like this. We actually have two metabolism. We've got a sugar burner system and we've got a fat burner system. Now, our default system is our sugar burner system. And always when I say sugar, people say, but I don't eat a lot of sugar. Everything we eat gets turned into glucose, which is blood sugar. That's our energy system. So all the carbohydrates, everything we eat, even if it's the healthy ones, the fruits, the veggies, the grains, it all converts to sugar in our bloodstream. So we've got our sugar burner system, which is our default system. And if we keep feeding this system, we never kind of starve this system. This is the default system that our body will always use. It will only dip into our fat reserves when we give this system a bit of a break. In other words, we stop feeding it all the carbohydrates, all the sugars. And if we give it this fasting window time, it also gives our body the opportunity to dip into this fat burning system. And that is where we're going to start burning our stored body fat. So we've got a sugar burner system, default system, fat burning system, and we need to give this system, deplete this system, starve this system in order for this system to kick into place. So it's not like we need to be in the fat burning system 24 hours a day. We're going to switch in and out of these two systems. And the more metabolically flexible we are, the better we can switch in between these two systems, the better it's going to be for our fat loss process. Right, so intermittent fasting is a way when we prolong that fasting window, that non-eating window, for us to give our body the opportunity to dip into this fat burning system. So that's what intermittent fasting is. Now, some people, and that's what I recommend, is start with a 12-hour fasting period. So from your last meal, dinner, snack at night, give your body at least 12 hours break before you eat your breakfast. So sometimes our dinner is like 6, 7 at night, and we can have our breakfast 6, 7 in the morning. But if you snack later at night, even if you take bites in the kitchen when you clear the pots and pans, you're breaking your fast. So in other words, you ate. So whether that's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, having a snack, having something that's breaking your fast, and you have to count 12 hours from there. So that's why we always say at 7 o'clock, zip your lips. Don't eat after 7, because then it's far easier to give your body that 12-hour break. Once you're comfortable with that, you can start experimenting with stretching it to 13, 14, 15, 16 hours. All right, so that's really where you're going to get this metabolic switching going, is at the 16 hours. And that's where a lot of healing and cell regeneration is going to happen. Growth hormones is going to start activated, and a whole lot of health benefits are going to take place. So that's where your brain fog, your clarity, your energy, a lot of those things are going to start improving. Right, so now that you understand the process of the two metabolisms, you understand what the fasting window, the eating window is, let's look at those nuances. Why some people, yes, they may have followed that protocol, but it still didn't yield results. So the first one is how we break the fast is important. So that's always been important. We've always spoken about breakfast. So whether breakfast is at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock in the morning, you're still breaking your fast. And how we break the fast has always been important, and we recommend with mostly protein. Why protein? Because protein has got the lowest impact on our blood sugar levels. Right, so now we've dipped into this fat burning zone. We don't want our breakfast to spike us right out of that fat burning zone back into sugar burning zone. All right, so if you eat a breakfast high in carbohydrates, low in protein, which is most of our box cereals, toast, fat cook, rusks, all those kind of things that we do for breakfast. Box cereals are loaded with sugar. You're immediately spiking your body back into the sugar burning system. You're spiking your blood sugar levels. Hunger and cravings are going to kick in within an hour or two, and you're just starting your day off on a bad note. You're going to stay hungry. Right, so that's some of the feedback that I've had from people, that by the time I break my fast, I'm so hungry, I just want to eat. All right, it's because you're breaking the fast in the wrong way. So mostly protein, add some healthy fats to that in the form of nuts or seeds or something like that, and you have got a good way to break your fast. Right. Next one is variation. So we've spoken about this with everything, even with our exercise, with tricking our mind not to get used to something. So always have variation. Don't do the same routine every single day. Don't eat the same meals and the same snacks every single day. Don't do the same type of workouts every single day. All right, have some variation in your life. Your body likes that, and it keeps things interesting for you, and it keeps your mind and your metabolism and your body working. Third thing is, if you're still a cycling woman, in other words, if you still get your period, it is best for you not to fast a week before your cycle, that last 7-8 days before you expect your period to take place. The reason for that is your hormones are at whack at that stage already. So you're probably going to increase your cortisol levels. You are going to get your hunger hormones all confused. It's probably the time you're going to experience mood swings. You're not going to feel great. So it's not a great time for you to fast. So often people, they live a fasting lifestyle, intermittent fasting, perimenopause, and it works for them, and all of a sudden it just stops working. The weight loss doesn't happen, they don't feel the same way, they feel horrible. So it is that week before you expect your period. Then postmenopausal women, it starts changes again. Once you off your period, you don't have to stop fasting for that week, but then add some other variations. Just don't do the same thing every single day. All right, so if you're into intermittent fasting, let me know in the comments below. Have you tried that before? Do you know someone who's tried it? What has your experience been? I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a great fan, because we just thought that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But if we just tweak our brain a bit and say, okay, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but it doesn't have to be first thing in the morning when we open our eyes. So I wasn't a great fan until I tried it, until I listened to people who actually have studied it, who worked with it, and to get those nuances right, to break my fast with protein, to have the right fats in my diet, to have some variation, especially when you're perimenopausal and you're still cycling, to work with your cycle. So if you need more information on that, chat to me. I'm willing to discuss it with you. If you've tried it before, let me know how you're doing. If you're a fan of intermittent fasting, and the other thing is, when it comes to protein, let me just backtrack. You all hear me talk about our protein factor often. So yes, you have to break the fast with protein, but you also have to make sure that in your eating window, you are consuming all the protein that your body needs on a daily basis. So it's between 100 and 130 grams of protein that we need per day for a woman. So you need to make sure that in that eating window, you're still getting that protein target. You're still hitting that protein target. So it's not only the way we break the fast, but what we eat in that window to make sure that we consume the protein and the nutrients we need. Okay, so I hope that helps you. Reach out to me if you want to chat more about this, and let me know your experience.